My whole career, I focused on the less, not the more, and I've continued to grow. I've never been a person to just jump out the gate, yo, I just want to make $1 million, let's go crazy. We have to focus on mastering steps, making the money once. Let's go back to $250,000. $684.93, we have to focus on making it today. If you can make it today, you're on the road. If you can make it today and tomorrow, you're special. If you can make it today, tomorrow, and the day after that, you're different.
7:45 a.m. Catch me on the morning meetup, hosted by David Shanes.
I love it. I love it. Well, look, let's get into the conversation, man. The title, I probably should have changed the title, but I want to teach you not only just how to make less to make more, but how to do less to make more, and what our focus should be. Before I get into that, man, this book is crazy. How many people are reading the E-Myth Revisited? I got a couple of highlights here. Which I like this one. This wasn't the point that he was making, but in the beginning, he said, and he was quoting Don Juan. He said, the basic difference between an ordinary man and a warrior is that a warrior takes everything as a challenge, while an ordinary man takes everything either as a blessing or a curse. Dang, that's right. It really, really hit me too. The basic difference between an ordinary man and a warrior is that a warrior takes everything as a challenge. So some people won't agree with it, right? But I believe when it comes to this stuff, entrepreneurship, I believe I'm a warrior based on this particular definition, because I look at everything as a challenge. Even the things that are going well, I'm like, yo, how can I improve the things that are going well? I don't look at the things that are going well as a blessing necessarily. Now, I feel everything is a blessing. Whether it looks good or it doesn't look good, it's a blessing, because if it doesn't look good, it gives me an opportunity to grow. If it does look good, if everything's working well, it's an opportunity to grow. So I believe it's a blessing, and I believe everything happens for our good. But everything's a challenge. Even the things that are going well, my challenge in my mind says, yo, how do I get this to be better? I posted a clip where I was talking about even, like, for instance, my man Dave, he runs our ads. If the ads are working, I look at it as, oh, well, what's wrong? Something's broken. If we're spending $100 a day and the ads are working, my question is not like, oh, wow, I'm so excited that these ads are working. If we're spending $100 a day and we're making 200, my mind goes to, dang, this really means we could spend 300 a day and make 600. What's wrong? It's broken. Everything's a challenge. If something isn't working, it's an obvious challenge. But I want us all to be warriors. We always have to think constant improvement. Now, I'm talking about when we're on the battlefield. When we're on the battlefield, there's a challenge. I'm not talking about when it comes to hanging out with your family and things of that nature, right? I like bask in anything my daughter's doing. And I'm not thinking, oh, wow, baby, how can you improve? Oh, you're saying the word, but I want you to say the word more clearly when I'm teaching my daughter words. I'm not there in that space. I'm not on the battlefield. I am enjoying this moment with my children. But when we're here, when we're talking business, we need to be locked in and focused. What's the book called? Jasmine, are you new? Jasmine, are you new? Because if you're new, you get a pass. Okay, good. All right, welcome. All right, book club. The book is The E-Myth Revisited. Everybody put it in the chat if you have the book and you're reading the book with us, to make Jasmine feel welcome, okay? Yes, you're reading the book. Everybody's reading the book. Y'all need to get the book. It's a really, really good read so far. I got something else for you too. And since you're gonna get the book today, Jasmine, you're gonna read last night's assignment, then tomorrow you're gonna read tomorrow's assignment. I'm gonna give you some more. Contrary to popular belief, my experience has shown me that the people who are exceptionally good in business aren't so because of what they know, but because of their insatiable need to know more. Contrary to popular belief, my experience has shown me that the people who are exceptionally good in business aren't so. They're not good in business because of what they know, but because of their insatiable need to know more. Ads, $100 a day. They're making $200. I have an insatiable desire to want to find out, how do we do more? It has to be insatiable. If I'm saying that right. And say,
you said it perfectly, sir.
Wonderful. We're going to keep going. The problem with most failing businesses I've encountered is not that their owners don't know enough about finance, marketing, management, and operations, which they don't, but those things are enough to learn, but that they spend their time and energy defending what they think they know. Golly. Is that people that don't succeed are spending a lot of time and energy trying to defend what they think they know. And those are the people that are hard to coach. Oh my gosh, they're so hard to coach. Last bar that I got from this particular, well, no, I got more, but to live through an impossible situation, you don't need the reflexes of Grand Prix drivers. Somebody said this, the muscles of Hercules, the mind of an Einstein. You simply need to know what to do. You just don't know what to do. Today, I want to show you what to focus on. Cool. Here, the best way to make a lot of money is to learn how to make, manage, and grow a little bit of money. Okay? Listen, the best way, the fastest, the best way to make a lot of money is to learn how to manage or make, manage, and grow a little bit of money. I know we want to go make a bunch of money, but we have to learn how to make a little bit first. No one who builds big buildings from the ground up started out building big buildings from the ground up. You understand what I'm saying? Like nobody who built skyscrapers started with, yo, I'm gonna build a skyscraper. A lot of times, people who build big buildings right now started out wholesaling or with a real estate license selling real estate to learn how this thing works. And I want to assure you, especially for my newer entrepreneurs, you have time. You have time to grow. I know we want to run that bag up. I get it, and you should. But there's some things that we need to focus on that will allow us to sustain it later. And it sounds crazy. We don't want to hear that. Oh, well, just take your time so that when the money comes, you'll be ready for it. And if you haven't experienced having a bunch and losing a bunch, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, I'll be able to take care of it for sure. Listen, if you are not managing and taking care of your paycheck, I hope you don't get $1 million. I sincerely hope if your spending habits and your management of your 30, 40, 50, 60, $100,000 paycheck is out of whack, man, listen, as a friend, until you get that under control, I'm hoping that you don't make 10 times more. Because you are the same person that's mismanaging 50,000, which means you will be the same person that's mismanaging 500,000. And mismanaging 500,000 is a way bigger headache than mismanaging 50. So I pray for you as my brother or sister that you don't have to go through that. I'm asking you to master where you are now. Master where you are now. Man, it's such a blessing to give what I give to my church. And some people would look at it and say, yo, you give, every accountant that I've ever had, I've had two, I've had two in my life, but two recently. First person came on and they're looking at the numbers and they're like, yo, what is this? Why are you giving so much? Why are you giving so much? It's crazy. And then my new accountant that took over from my last accountant, we were all in a conversation, like kind of on an onboarding process. And my old accountant was telling my new accountant, like, hey, now that boy give to his church. He get that. And my biggest expense is my church and tithe. I give a lot. But I tithe off of gross. Now, I don't know if you should. I'm not like, this isn't a teaching on tithe. I don't know however you do it. Just me personally, I tithe off of gross, which is a lot. But it doesn't feel like that much is going out because I've been doing it since I was working at the Cheesecake Factory. When I get $100 as a server, I take $10 out and I put it aside and we give that. I would get some sort of tax return. I didn't get a whole lot of tax returns, but if I get a windfall of money, if I get $1,000 out of nowhere, I'm tithing off of that. When I sell $1,000 in t-shirt sales, I don't take the t-shirt production costs out of the $1,000. I just give 100. Maybe not the best business practices, but that's what I do. But I've been doing it so long with the little bit. Now it's the same story. It's the same story. So we got to manage less. Okay. And I promise you'll start to make more. Listen, and I'm not saying make less. I don't want you to make less, but do less. You have time. I want you to know you have time, and you don't think so, but you do. All right. So next week is coming. Next year is coming. God willing, 2 years from now is coming. And if we focus on the things now that we should focus on, you'll be prepared a year from now. Okay. So let's get it. Let's say our goal is $250,000 this year. Well, we have to acknowledge the goal, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend focusing on it. We have to acknowledge the goal. We have to know that we want to make $250,000. But our focus should be the idea, which makes zero money. So we have to focus on something that makes us no money, which is the idea. And then we have to focus on the product or the service that stems from the idea. So focusing on having a better product or service does not make you any money. It doesn't move the needle on the 250,000 that we want to make. So we'll say, I don't want to spend time focusing on the product and the service and the development of it. I just want to go make some money. And it's going to be really, really hard to make a lot of money unless we focus on the product, service, and the development. But the problem is that doesn't make any money. It really only costs us money. But we're focused on, my big goal, $250,000. When I ask crowds what their goal is for the year, it's typically a number, a big number. What are we going to do? And not many people are mature enough to say, this isn't the year where I'm focusing on that. My goal is significantly less than what I want to make. But that goal is necessary, because if I focus on the big goal, I'll never get there. There's some things about me, my product, my service, the way I operate, the things that I do, my systems. There's some things about that will prevent me from making the $250,000. So this year is a wash. 2 years ago, I had this whole sermon, 2 or 3 years ago. I had this whole message. I had a realization in March, and I said, this is not going to be my year. I know people are like, this is going to be my year that I explode. And I was like, you know what? This is not going to be my year. I know it. I'm planning on it not being my year. I'm planning on not having an explosive year this year. But when I was saying it, people say, you're crazy. You're manifesting a bad year. that just wasn't my focus. I had to lay a foundation. First off, I had to spend some time figuring out what the heck I really wanted to do, what my focus is. Serial entrepreneur. I have a million great ideas, and I'm around a bunch of people who have great ideas, and I'm around people who support like customers of the idea that I have, that are always suggesting more great ideas, and I'm all over the place, spread thin. Even to this day, I still deal with it, just kind of on a slightly higher level. But back then, I'm like, yo, this is not going to be my year. I am operating in entrepreneurial maturity, saying I'm not focused on a $500,000 a year or $250,000 a year. That's not my focus. My focus is 100,000 in systems, 100,000 in direction, 100,000 once I have the idea, focusing on what product or service I'm going to focus on. What am I going to deliver to the world? I had to define myself. I'm doing all these events. I'm doing these podcasts to do the events, and I'm selling t-shirts. I got a kiosk in the mall. I'm teaching courses, selling my book, and it's just all over the place. How often have you seen me sell a t-shirt on my page or try to sell a t-shirt to y'all? Morning meetup, of course, but it's just y'all. It's like community. Oh, we got the community shirts. Good morning meetup. I haven't sold y'all a Sleep is for Suckers t-shirt. Some of you don't even know why my Instagram name is @sleepisforsuckers. How many people have no idea why that's my name? Why shouldn't it be David Never Sleeps or Social Proof? Anybody don't know why? Isn't that cool? There's people have no idea. Well, I was a t-shirt salesman. I built the t-shirt brand called Sleep is for Suckers, geared towards entrepreneurship and people that are willing to lose sleep to get what they want. And I'm selling t-shirts, but now when people see me today, it sometimes doesn't connect because I don't sell t-shirts anymore. If you go to sleepisforsuckers.com, you'll see that was the thing that got me out of my job. But there's so much stuff going on. And I had to make a decision and identify my direction because I realized I was confused. This is not my year. This is not going to be my breakout year in sales. This is my year to lay a foundation. This is my year to lay a foundation. So the idea pays us nothing. Product or service, the shaping and refining of the product or service pays us nothing. Then we got to come up with a marketing plan. How are we going to get this product or service, which is spawned from our idea, out into the world? How do we get it into the marketplace? That marketing plan pays us nothing. Once you come up with a good marketing plan, it pays you nothing. Even if you have a really, really good idea, it pays you nothing. But we don't want to focus on the idea or the product or service or the marketing plan. And then let me tell you something else you got to focus on that pays you nothing: your ability to sell, your ability to execute, your ability to get it out into not just the plan, but focusing on your ability. And a lot of times, y'all know I talk about it all the time, the real game is in our head. So we have to focus on our ability to think through problems and our ability to stop complaining and our ability to make connections and our ability to network and our ability to ask better questions during Q&A or when I meet somebody. We got to focus on that ability. And that's why we're here with the book club. That's why we're here on the morning meetup, because we want to help you focus on your ability. We're teaching you certain things every single morning. I'm focusing on your ability to think right now. But guess how much that pays you? Nothing. There's no financial goal you can attach to your ability. Improving your ability. Now, once you improve your ability, you can make some money, but the improvement of the ability doesn't pay you anything in the interim. What you should focus on, what you got to focus on, which is the money now, is $684.93 every single day. How do we do that? So if this idea, this product or service is really refined, people like it, our marketing plan is on point, our ability to execute continues to improve, now we can talk about money. Our real focus is how do we make $684.93 every single day for 365 days, and then we'll make $250,000. But when we put the idea out, yo, what's your goal for this year? It's 250,000. It should be, how do I figure out how to make $684.93 every single day? It's a smaller number. We got to focus on making less and not more. We can't focus on making 250. We have to focus on all this stuff around $685 every day. So, do you have the ability to make $685 today? How many people? How many people know today you go out there in your business, you can make $685? How many people you think? You think? Or if we're going for $500,000, almost $1,400 today. If you can make $1,400 today, you can make $500,000 a year. Now, we have to first focus on making the money once. Let's go back to $250,000. $684.93. We have to focus on making it today. If you can make it today, you're on the road. If you can make it today and tomorrow, you're special. If you can make it today, tomorrow, and the day after that, you're different. So we can focus on $250,000, or we can focus on making $684.93 every single day. But we can't even really focus on making it every day. We have to figure out how to make it a day out of 7. And then 2 days out of the 7 days a week. And then 3 days. Maybe it's not back to back. Maybe you're not making it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, maybe you made $684 on Monday, you made $684 on Thursday, and then on Friday, you didn't make anything Saturday and Sunday, but you're on the road, you're on the path, you're almost there. Same thing applies to weekly. Yes, Shannon, you can do it weekly. What my point is, I don't want y'all to miss the point. We have to focus on mastering steps. That was where I'm at. I know my goal is to make $685 every single day for 365 days, but I had to figure out how to get consistent. Can I do it Monday? One day out of the week. Y'all know my story. When I was working at the Cheesecake Factory, my goal was to make $100 on just my off days. Work 5 days a week, 2 days off. My goal in selling these t-shirts was to make $100 on each off day. I'm selling these t-shirts for $20 at the time. I got to sell 5 shirts 2 days a week. That was the focus. Let me give y'all a real example right now and we'll jump into questions in a second. My focus is 1 million downloads per month. In a 30-day period, I want to make 1 million. I want to have 1 million downloads in a month. What do y'all think I should focus on? Throw it in the chat. Do you think I focused on the 1 million downloads? Sounds like a trick question the way I'm asking it, right? Focus on more people, high-level guests, being on other platforms. Oh, come on, keep them coming, because I want to see if anybody gets it. Content, getting more guests, focus on activities, focus on the subs. Okay, time frame, 1 million people, content, work the numbers backward, a daily goal, giving more value to more people. Oh, nobody got it. I'm excited. What have y'all seen recently that happened over the last couple of weeks that would contribute to that growth? What have you seen, y'all? Start dropping videos on Saturday. The Q&A. The Q&A, nope, not the 5-Minute Fridays. Actually, that's Friday. But what we're doing is, when y'all sign up for that Q&A, it's the $2,000 session where y'all get to be on the video and audio. Now you get to see your audio numbers, your YouTube numbers, but the audio numbers are even more powerful than the video numbers. So Terrence came by, Terrence Thames, he's in the building. He flew out to have his session yesterday, and we did our Q&A. He was like, man, he said, be honest, man. What's the result? What has been the result for people that have been on the show? They invested $2,000. And again, I'm not trying to sell y'all the 2,000, okay? He was like, what's been working? I said, it's a way bigger benefit for you all than it is for me. You being on my show doesn't help me as much as it helps you expose you to a whole nother audience. So that's why I started with with Morning Meetup first. But in actuality, my major goal is being accomplished because I had to fill Saturday with something. I had to fill it with something. So you guys get the benefit of my problem. I have a problem. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to interview. I could just interview more people and have more interviews on there, but let me offer a different style, giving my people some exposure. It works. So recently, we've been dropping every single Saturday. And on these Saturdays, it looks like people like it. It seems like there's like people really enjoy these Q&As from you all. So they're going to listen, they're going to keep sharing it, and we'll grow Saturday. Eventually, I'll have another problem. Eventually, I'll have another problem. What do y'all think that problem is going to be? Eventually, we'll have another problem. Sunday or some other day of the week, and I've got to fix that problem. It might be Tuesdays. I don't know. But do you see what just happened? And I didn't plan this, but the book was talking about I'm always looking for a solution. Even in the solving of the problem on Saturday, I'm already looking at my next problem. Which day of the week is going to start to drop? When I start seeing those valleys, I'm telling you, my whole career, I focused on the less, not the more, and I've continued to grow. I've never been a person to just jump out the gate. Yo, I just want to make $1 million. Let's go crazy. I made a post the other day that success is a game. Did y'all see my post? I'm trying to, who's my real followers? What's the game of success? There's two things. What is it? Come on, y'all. Hurry up so I can answer some questions. Y'all ain't see it? It might have been my best post for the year. Most true post of the year. Nope, not consistency. It's wrapped in it, but where's it at, y'all? Come on. Maybe y'all should follow me on Instagram at Sleep is for Suckers. No. Success is a game of momentum. Yes. And what's the second, Shannon? And compound interest. Success is a game of momentum and compound interest. Because it's easier to do less, like to focus on the small things, it allows you to be more consistent, which creates some momentum. And then the compound interest part is the things that I did when I said this is not going to be my year. I'm actually reaping harvest from seeds that I planted 2 years ago on the foundation of the stuff that I'm building on. Success is just a game of momentum and compound interest. You do something consistently enough, you get momentum. That momentum for a long period of time starts to pay off from when you started getting momentum. And if you keep the momentum, it will continue to pay you. Listen, Jay-Z has this line, I'm still spending money from 88. He had so much momentum. And the money that he made back then is now he's spending money from back then. I don't know how true this is, but spending money from back then. But the things he's doing now, he'll be able to spend money 20 years from today. All right, let me get some questions in, man. Hopefully this has been valuable. Hey, y'all, go subscribe to the Social Proof Podcast, primarily on Apple or Spotify, and share it and listen to the whole joint. Just listen to the whole joint. That's how our, rankings go up. All right, guys, 8:59. let's keep reading the E-Myth. If you're brand new, go get the book today and do your best to catch up. If you can't catch up, it's okay. Just do a little more than we did last night, and eventually you'll be caught up. Brent, thank you so much for the opportunity. So,
Hey, it's the least I can do is give a guy a chance, Have a good day, sir.
If you like the video that you just watched, click this one. You're going to like this one, maybe even more. Click it right now.